Ow! My arthritis is killing me. What's wrong with my finger? Isn't that awful? Look at how it all swells up in there. The worst one, though, is my thumb, not that one. This one. I'm all swollen. What are you gonna do, right? It could be worse, and I'm glad it isn't. Changes, changes, changes. I'm not very good with change at the age of 64. Am I 64? When did that happen? June 29th, I do believe. Instant coffee. Blah. I can't taste it, but I can tell it ain't right. Well, you know, it has this feel. How can I explain it? While I can't taste anything, I can detect, kind of, sort of, or I think I can. I tell Maggie, "Do you smell that?" She says, "What is it?" "I don't know, but I can smell it." She'll be like, "Mom, I don't smell anything." Well, I smell something. Is it flowery? No. How about chemically? No. I hope I'm not getting dementia. I read something that people that lose their taste, it's because they're getting dementia. Maybe I should try to get my taste back. There's this guy on YouTube, and he uses a lemon and garlic and peppermint, I think it was. And he just keeps, you know, trying to smell, trying to taste. He claims you can get it back. I don't think I believe him, and that's probably why I haven't tried it. I think I did try it, and I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't taste anything. I don't want to get dementia. I won't even know that I'm getting dementia. Well, right now I don't have dementia, so I'm good. If things start to look bleak, though, just gonna, I don't know, something. Well, let's not go down that dark alley, shall we? Not? So, there was this Buick Terraza, right? I don't know how I missed it. Probably because I was looking for vans, big vans. And it had been $6,500, and they marked it down to $5,000. It had been listed over a week. So I'm like, great. I'm going to go look at it. The kids are heading to Spring Hill today. We'll go have a look. So I message them early in the morning, and she's not getting back to me, finally she gets back to me. Call so-and-so. I hate when they do that. You never know if it's a scam. So I called so-and-so because this looked great. It had been a garaged vehicle. They said it was like new. Of course, as soon as I show interest, it's sold. And then everything's changing. Very possibly everything's changing. I've given up on getting to Brimfield. Forget it. Forget it. I haven't found a vehicle, and at this point, I wouldn't have the time to be able to drive it around and check it out. Though if I had found one, what does it matter? I'm going to move into my kid's place, which is so small, and I'm overwhelmed by the very thought of it. There's nowhere for me to go be alone. I am a loner. I'm a loner. And I'm not going to be alone. Somehow, poor Maggie's got to figure out how to fit me into Finn's room. Finn's room is like a cavalcade of toys. There's toys in little containers everywhere. What am I going to do? I don't mind. Just find me a little floor space and I'll put my car bed there. So, months ago, I says to Michael, look, I'm going to have money, and I'd like to open our old business back up again. we bought precious metals. We did hotel buys. That's, you know how someone come into town and buying gold, and they'd have the big ad in the paper, and it would show all the little things that, you could bring in, like coins and jewelry and what have you. We did that. We did it at the tail end, the last year and a half before gold tanked. And we did really well. That was the money that sustained me and Dennis as he declined in health. I want to get back to it. I know what's coming, and all the economic signs are there, and I want to start precious metal buys up again. And Michael is really good at what his father taught him. He knew his coins. He says, Mom, I might have to brush up on my coins, but that's not going to take me long. And he was good with watches. That's very important. Of course, we'll have our computers, which would allow us to look things up as well. And we're just going to take our time. Those were some of the best economic times. We were in a depression, recession, but we were doing well. We paid the best in town. That's how we always did it. We made sure we knew what the pawn shops were paying, and we paid over that. And Michael drives Uber, and he was able to get some tips from business people of where to go, what they saw, and what was lacking in certain areas of the country. So I told Michael I'd really like our first buy to be in November if we're going to do this, but of course this is going to extend my stay with them. It's not going to be just till I get a van, because rather than put my money into a van, if everything's going to change for me, I don't want to put the money into a van. I would like to put the money into the business. This is going to be hard on me at first. I know what this business can do, and I want to do it. It's different than the beach bum life I had planned. Very different. But I wasn't sure how that was going to go because of my very minimal income. By March of next year, I'll know if this works. And if it does, the whole trajectory of my life could seriously change for the better. I don't know why I'm telling you this. What does it matter? I guess I'm trying to tell you that my journey has just completely halted and has spun back around. Van life won't be possible if I choose this other path. Mike wants to take it very slow. That's okay, I guess. I wanted to go full bore. Let's line up 6 shows in a row. And he says, Mom, don't you remember how exhausted we'd be from just one? We did an average of 2 a month, and but we had a guy backing us. He had given us $40,000 because he knew Dennis, and he knew Dennis was good at what he did. And he trusted him, and of course, we paid that back within 2 shows, believe it or not. It was that good. But he got into it too late because he was scared about the whole thing. He didn't know how to set it up as a business, and we did it, and I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to live at my kid's very tiny little place. And I'm used to being alone, and I'm used to quiet. I'm not going to have a car, and I can't just drive away and, you know, get out of there. But I think the bus station is very close. I mean, the bus stops within walking distance. So I'll have to learn how to use that. The bus system. That way I guess I could go somewhere. I don't know where. It all seems so strange. I haven't been in a situation like this voluntarily or involuntarily or in a long time. I guess I'll figure it out. I'll keep looking at cars. Maybe I could find a really cheap one just to get me to the beach if I want to just go to the beach. But Maggie was like, we'll go to the beach a lot, Mom. And she said that she goes to work out. She has a membership and she can bring a guest. I said, can I go with you? I'd kind of like to strengthen my core. They have ellipticals. That should be low impact, and I could start there. That would be good. I'm definitely going to pay them some rent because I'll be using utilities. So I'll do that. I figured out what I'd like to pay in so that I can have the other money in case I do find a vehicle, and I could afford the insurance on that and the gas, so I might be able to go somewhere by myself if I want to, if I just need to be alone. I guess I'm going to have to adapt. I guess this is about changes and also about possibilities and try something new for my future. It's an old new, but it worked then. Why wouldn't it work now? And Mike is willing to take it slowly to make sure that there's no financial loss. And that's okay. But buys cost money. Anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 to set them up. I'm just willing to take that chance. I remember our very first buy, Michael was talking about it, and he says, as many mistakes as we made money, Mom. I'm like, yeah. He said it was the second day and not one person showed up at this buy, and we had $6,000 into it. And he said, for the first time ever in my life, Dad was eerily calm. And he said, no, Mike, we're going to stay. And on that third day, it happened. And then they started making money. He regrets that they didn't do a second buy in that location, my son Michael. They would do buys all over New Hampshire. And the money was good. But Dennis didn't listen to me. And when gold tanked, well, we still had a lot of gold we had set aside. And silver. I says, it's going to be a long time till those prices come back, Dennis. We should have at least liquidated half of it. At least it was there to support us when we needed it, right? I guess that's all I really have to say. I'm abandoning the idea of van life. I'm just going to abandon it for now. Things change all the time. I just feel swept away with it at times, the changes in my life. So I guess all of my concentration now will be packing this, marking this, and putting it in storage. That's where I'm at now. I will do Renninger's in November. Michael wants to go because he did very well buying silver jewelry there. He's very, very good at picking. So much like his father. Dennis had always wanted to pick the fields, but he was always so busy trying to sell and support his family. We would have finally had that opportunity, but he got sick, you know. I know that Dennis looks down and smiles at Michael. Michael's so much like him. That's my story this morning, and this is what I'm sticking to. I feel a little lost, but I feel a lot hopeful. So I guess I'm going in the right direction. I wish I could find a little car for about $1,500 that would just last me locally, just to, you know, I think I'll look for that. Something local, because I've been all over the place. And it doesn't pay to go far. It doesn't pay. It just seems like all that wheel spinning, and maybe God had a different idea for me. And sometimes it takes a lot of spinning before you're worn out enough to stop and listen. So that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I guess there'll be no going home this fall. I'm pretty sad about that. But that's just the way it goes. Maybe next year. And maybe in style. That would be nice, wouldn't it? To not be worried about what it's going to cost me because I'll have the money. I hope that's exactly what happens.